They never made it back to bed. Some may recall that tears were shed, and no one's lives will ever be the same. Ride on, ride on, ride on, ride on.
I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy. And we've got Allie LaForce reporting from the sideline. Looking at Boston, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Nets. So the Celtics called timeout. They're first. You know, these two teams rack up the assists. Greg, they pride themselves on playing unselfish basketball.
Yeah, both sides preach player and ball movement, getting everyone involved. It makes both teams that much more difficult to defend.
Here's Orlando now. Pass to Black. Inside. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. And then Carter with the dunk.
I like the way Carter Jr. plays. He gives you the size, and he gives you the toughness.
Down low. Black. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Now, here's Mitchell. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. On the clock. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Defensive foul.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
And Greg, what stands out most about Donovan Mitchell's game?
I think it's his consistency. He's a fearsome scorer pretty much since he set foot in the league. And with his pull-up game, he can get his shot off against anyone.
And then Carter with the jam.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Again, the Celtics good for two.
Well, Carter Jr.'s got great ability to create shots, even quickly when needed.
Miller, right side. Mitchell in the corner. It's stolen by Smith. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here.
And that was a risky pass. Fortunate that the D didn't get that one. It was in the air for a long time.
Greg, everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
Pass to Carter. 4 on the shot clock. And he uses the glass on the layup. Carter's got 8 points.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
To the paint. Here's Miller. And Miller throws it down hard.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Here's Nembhard. And the rejection by Jackson. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thanks a lot. Many have predicted an all-star future for Brandon Miller. He said, I don't really read anything like that. I just focus on what I can do today. It's all about the work. That's the only way to get better. I just came in with the mindset of making my team better and being a winning player. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Now Mitchell. Following the miss by Jabari Smith from deep. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. It's stolen by Smith. An even 3-on-3 break. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
And both free throws good for Paul George. The Magic trailed by 3. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. And the foul on Wendell Carter. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
Now, here is Abdul-Jabbar. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. Celtics leading by 3. Pass to George. Smith right side. Here's Van Arsdale, guarded by Jackson. 5 to shoot. Smith drawing the double team. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Mitchell with it. Scoreless thus far. Here's Van Arsdale, and he dunks it down.
Exceptional vision. George tearing up the defense when they leave one of his teammates uncovered.
Miller, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Jabari Smith picks one up. It's his first trip to the line. Both free throws good for Miller.
You really don't even have to watch him at the line. Just listen for the net.
Here's Nembhard. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves. Showing great vision in delivering the pass out in front.
The Celtics shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
And so it's Wendell Carter making highlights, guys, for Boston. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball in. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Celtics?
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
On top of that, they're creating turnovers and taking advantage by converting on the offensive end. Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
The Magic trailing. Pass to Cephalosha. Orlando moving the ball around. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Timeout called the Celtics. Now, here's Barrett. From outside the arc, good on the three-point shot. Barrett's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Stan, teams track different officiating crews, don't they, and how they tend to call the game.
Yeah, they do, Kevin, and there are some organizations who do it more than others. I'm not a fan of it myself because I think it puts your players' focus on the officials and takes away from focusing on what they're supposed to be doing on the court. So I'm not a big fan of it.
Rob.
And you've got to do a better job of making sure the defender isn't in your space. I mean, if you're going to pump fake, you've got to make sure he doesn't have a chance for the steal.
Shoots the 3. And the Celtics another 3.
Hey, if you leave a great shooter open, you deserve to get that.
Outside Williams. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Walsh.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there, trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Banchero's got the lead up to 7 now for the Celtics.
Every game, Banchero finds different ways to score. He just keeps coming at you.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Abdul-Jabbar the screen. To the inside. Looking to end the run.
And you want more of this from Mitchell. Good to see him moving the ball like that.
Banchero outside. Over Jackson. And then Carter with the jam.
Super work on the boards. Boy, they really want to put their foot down on him now.
Yeah, and once you've got him on the ropes, Greg, just keep swinging away.
Yeah, this is the spot where coaches want you to be relentless. Don't even give them a glimpse of it.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Hey, Jamal Mosley is doing a tremendous job for the Magic, and the players gravitate to his approach. He said, quote, coaching is teaching, and you can't teach yelling and screaming and hollering. You teach with communication and positivity, because that's how I think a lot of these guys will actually register it. Kevin?
A new school approach, if you will. Thank you, Allie. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Magic ball. The Magic trailed by 7. An outstanding defensive big man, Wendell Carter, stands 6'10", and Stan, he has a 7'4" arm span.
Yeah, Kevin, I think his length really bothers people and is deceiving. When you're first looking at him, he looks like almost an undersized center. But in fact, with that wingspan, he's not. And he is so disciplined and fundamentally sound as a defender. He's one of the best in the league.
There's 45 seconds left in the first half. A fader. And he overshot that one, missing. Celtics leading by 5 to the middle. Carter. And then Carter with the dunk.
Well, things are falling for Carter Jr. in this one, and he is a monolith on the floor when he's rolling like this.
Pass to Mitchell. Outside, Abdul-Jabbar. Shoots a fader. Banchero grabs the board.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good look. Just couldn't find the mark.
And then Carter with the dunk.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And from the line thus far, how about 83% on the season? Outstanding.
And so it's the Boston Celtics in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Back right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Now a timeout called by Boston. Mitchell with the ball for Orlando. 9-point game. Down low. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Smith. And here they go. Finished off the break. Smith's got the first bucket of the third here for the Celtics.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Yep, that one goes in there.
Look, he's doing what he can to try to keep them afloat offensively, continuing to stay aggressive.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
Well, we know Bobby Portis is a fan favorite, but the reason he's a team favorite is because he plays hard and does a lot out there. He's affecting plays on both of them. Well, he's playing great tonight, but not quite well enough to carry the entire team. They need to find some other contributors.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Punishing the rim there. When George makes up his mind he's going to dunk it, there is not much you can do.
On the wing, Miller. It's Abdul-Jabbar, high post. Forceful slam by Abdul-Jabbar.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of it.
Here's Jackson, and he goes big with the jump right over Jabari Smith.
Yeah, it took plenty of skill and athletic ability for Jackson Jr. to pull that off.
And Jaren Jackson picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Now a timeout called by Boston. What a unique skill set Jaren Jackson Jr. coach brings to the floor.
No question, Kevin. He's a two-way player, a defensive player of the year who also has proven he can be a primary scorer, and he can score it from the three-point line, or he can put it on the floor and go to the basket. Plus, he's got a post game. This is one of the most versatile players in the league.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Now, Nembhard, still without a basket. Lets the 3 fly, drops in the tray. And the Celtics lead by 11.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Consistency all game long. He's going to continue, I think, to have to take it over to get them back in the game.
Back to Smith. Pass to Carter. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. 16 points for Wendell Carter.
Well, watch Carter Jr.'s control. He sets a solid screen and then shifts right to his spot.
And Bradley gets it to go.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Back to Smith. And the rejection by Jackson. Pass to Bradley. And the layup's good off the glass. Bradley's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, that's what you want. Get him the ball and see if he can close the gap.
Here's Van Arsdale. Lets it go from deep. He doesn't hit that one. Miller with the ball. Now Smith defending. Miller inside. Kicks it out to Bradley. Shot clock at 6. Stolen by Carter. Here's Van Arsdale. Finished off the break. Van Arsdale's got his second bucket of the game to go. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And not just that, they're also forcing turnovers at a high rate and taking advantage in transition.
Teams changing it up here. 59 seconds left to play here in the third. Pass to Miller. From past the arc. No good there.
Well, playing his role to perfection. Using his size to control the glass for his team.
And here's Leonard. He has yet to score. That shot, no good. The Magic trailed by 9. Miller surveying the floor. Inside. Leonard with the steal. At the elbow, it's Abdul-Jabbar. Over Issel. And it's off the back rim, no good. The three from Banchero. And so it's Boston. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're pounding the ball inside.
44.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Celtics leading by 9. Jackson with it. To the inside. Tries from 7. And it's Banchero missing.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And Abdul-Jabbar throws it down.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. And it's Leonard, top of the key. To the paint. Here's Issel. And that's rejected by Abdul-Jabbar. It's stolen by Banchero. The Celtics call time.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Well, that's the job, right? Your duty as a coach is to finesse your lineups so your guys get the best chance to succeed.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. The head coach for Boston had some instruction for his guys during the break. And despite the lead, they are still coaching this team hard. In the huddle, they told their guys to stay alert. Do not give them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, guys.
All right, Allie, thank you.
Nice job by Banchero. He is so aggressive in the paint.
Pass to Miller. Inside. He's looking for Abdul-Jabbar and finds him. Boston leading by 9. A shot by Nembhard and nobody around. No good with the triple.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Back to Jackson. Rebound, Boston. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Pass to Nembhard. Just 5 on the clock. Now Carter intercepted. And now running up the court, Miller pushing it up.
Well, Jackson Jr. is an athlete, a big man with some big-time hops.
Outside Jordan. Banchero with the screen. Oh, what a play inside.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
Banchero, and down goes the three.
Yeah, the scouting report may tell you different, but you can't just allow Banchero shots at the arc.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
First free throw is good.
Well, to me, Carter is that classic lunch pail guy. He's big, tough, does the little things, and never complains about his role.
Abdul-Jabbar outside. Now Mitchell.
A dynamic leaper with an impressive wingspan. Mitchell usually has some flashy dunks up his sleeve.
And the first one drops. And both free throws good for Nembhard. The Magic trailed by 12. Now Miller. Rising up and ripping down the two-hand jam.
Okay, two hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Here's Banchero. Plays it in off the window.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Celtics.
This is a game where the defense, Steele specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with one game left against this squad.
And when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Wendell Carter.
And he found a way to leave his mark on every facet of the game. His activity and energy were huge factors.
Now Abdul-Jabbar.
Celtics.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
First personal foul. First team foul.
So it's Boston easily grabbing this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. It's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
Well,
when they say my style's so amazing. Style, flavor, grace. I got style, flavor, grace, and plus a different technique.